Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of Rap Diaries. I'm Chris L. Sucio.
And I'm J.K.Forreal.
And for this podcast, we're just going to be talking about things rap or just music industry, kind of, whatever.
Yeah.
We just got some topics that we want to talk about for a little bit, so.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out.
Where you want to start?
So I think every artist, every musician has has someone or something that inspires them in their career and everything. So just wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit. You, as far as, who or what inspires you as a musician or as an artist?
Who or what inspires me? When it comes to my writing style, I just get inspired by whatever. I'll just pick up things that I saw on TV or like people that I knew, stuff I heard over the radio, and then I'll incorporate that to my writing process. So that's like the inspiration. But I would say that I really wanted to be a musician back probably early 2000s during the TRL days. I was really into the new metal thing, Korn, System of a Down, all that. I really wanted to be.
Snap.
Yeah, I really wanted to be the bass player for Korn. He was my idol at the time. And so that's when I was like, even though I've been doing music for a while, playing saxophone in school like that was when I went first thinking of like, oh, I wonder if I could do this as like for my life.
Yeah. Me and Sucio, we went to school together, went to high school together. So yeah, I remember him playing saxophone, playing bass. He always wore the bass really low, and I think that was probably inspired by Korn and all those heavy metal dudes.
Yep. All that.
What about now, though? As you've kind of moved into more of the rap and hip hop genre, who kind of inspires you now?
I would say that as far as like, I guess maybe melody wise, Wiz. I think he makes he really knows how to make really good hooks. So I use that. I also like ODB, Old Dirty Bastard.
Okay.
Just for like his stage presence. I look to him for that. And I'll say my third favorite rapper is Ab-Soul. He just has like the most genius bars that just fly over people's heads. You gotta like listen to it time and time again. Like, yeah, those are my influences.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I definitely have a lot of different artists and genres and music that I listen to that inspires me. I'm trying to think. I guess as far as like flow and everything, shoot, man, I don't know, because there's so many like dope artists. But I guess Logic is one that I really kind of, as far as his flow, who I kind of listen to and try to interpret and understand like why he does what he does,
Yeah. He's got like a what I call like a machine gun flow.
Yeah.
It's just like very attacks.
Yeah. And me being a drummer and everything, I definitely always kind of think about like rhythms and everything when I'm writing and stuff. So if I, as I'm listening to different music and different artists and everything, I kind of again just try to tune into like what rhythms, what cadences they're using, and I try to interpret it and use that as I'm writing and everything, and it's interesting how flows have changed over the years. I think there's like no doubting that,
Yeah.
like even like from the 90s to the 2000s, and then from then until now, it's just like totally different. Artists are just way different now.
Everything's just changing so fast.
Yeah. But trying to, and as far as like what, it's just like it's like a generic answer, but like just life, you know, like what I see, what I witness and everything, and my life experiences and everything. That's just like what inspires me as far as what I'm writing. It's kind of inspired by life and my surroundings and everything and experiences that I've had.
I would say that before I forget, my other biggest influence is South Park.
Is South Park?
Yeah, because when I write, I like to write a lot of stories, and they're very satirical, like kind of like inside jokes to myself, kind of. Say that'll be my other biggest inspiration.
Yeah. Word.
Cartoons, man.
Any other thoughts on that, man?
First one inspires
Inspiration.
you? Well, we know what inspires us to what we're doing now. What inspires us as far as like in the future? What's going to keep us moving?
That's deep.
Keep the fire alive.
I don't know. For me, man, it's just having fun making music. You know, like again, I know it's like a stereotypical answer, but like, as long as we're having fun, man, like all the other stuff can come. You know, like
exactly.
If it comes, dope. If it doesn't, whatever. But for me, it's like I just want to make music that I like, and you know, kind of gear it towards, you know, the masses, so to speak. But like, you know, it's going to be music that we like. I can vibe with. I enjoy listening to, and if other people, you know, vibrate with it as well, then even better. You know, so
right, yeah. You want to be like, you want to be able to make music that you like, but it's still accessible.
Right.
I mean, you don't need everybody to love it because you still want to be kind of different.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's going to be haters either way, but.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't really matter what you
do. Word, man. Okay, well, not too bad. Topic number 1 of Rap Diaries.
Season 1, episode 1, topic 1. 1 down.
Season 1, episode 1, topic 1. What you got, Sucio? What you got on your chest?
Oh, one of my topics now?
Yeah.
All right, we can go. Let's talk about rappers rapping over their vocals instead of using performance tracks.
Shoot. I definitely got some thoughts on this, but nowadays you gotta be careful.
We're not gonna call out any names, any venues. We'll just say recently we went to a rap show, and people were just, it wasn't even like they were rapping over their vocals. It was like they were rapping the dubs over their vocals and just dancing around. And so on one hand, I'm thinking, yeah, they're probably like just hype as hell just to get up on stage, and like they don't really know what they're doing and stuff. But for like the people that supposedly like you knew they were going to perform, who threw the event together, like if you're going to just get up on stage and just let your song play and move around, like, I mean, we paid to get in there. I feel kind of disrespected. I feel like if you're going to get up on stage, you should at least try, at least know half your song.
Yeah, facts. No, I definitely agree that it just felt like, and this isn't just like any specific show, but in general, like, I just feel like people rapping over the vocals, one, it's just, you know, why do that? You can just listen to their album. Why go see them live, you know? But also, like you were saying, like straight up, essentially they were just doing dubs. Like most of the line was the recording, and then they would just jump in for the dub or for like the rhymey words and stuff, which is like,
it was like they're being their own hype man for no one.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. They're being their own hype man. And the other thing too, like with that, is in like running through the systems and stuff, like I know we talked about it a little bit, but
sound quality is just
yeah, like
rough.
when you have the main vocals that are mastered playing through the speaker, and then you're also rapping over top of that, it's just not a good sound, you know.
And it
and
looks
it's not pleasant, you know. So what I think there was one guy at this one show that didn't rap with the vocals on it, but you couldn't hear him because the microphone was down so low because of the fact that
the other
they
rappers
trying
were
to
rapping
compensate.
over
Yeah, exactly. So
the vocals.
so yeah, it's just, I don't know. To me, it's just not a good look. Like I'd much rather, if I'm performing, I'd much rather just have my vocals down, and you know, just it is what it
and
is.
just worry about just moving around. And maybe they don't know what a performance track is. Maybe we gotta get the word out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If y'all need performance tracks, hit me up. I
Get
got
a performance track.
We'll talk about what that
and
means.
Learn your lyrics. Just because you wrote them the first time and you recorded them one bar at a time doesn't mean that when you get up on stage you're gonna be able to rap it straight through.
Yeah.
Practice. That's why I feel like they did. I feel like they wrote the song. They're like, man, that's just tight. I'm done. And then it's like, oh, I gotta perform. And then it's the first time hearing the song in like 5 months. I don't know.
Yeah, rehearse. That's another thing. Rehearse. But nah, for sure. Rapping over vocals, I think. I don't know. I think we gotta get away from it, especially if you're serious about
Yeah.
trying to get into the industry and everything.
Yeah,
like
you
you have
want people
to
to know you can rap. I mean, anybody can, not anybody, but like you can record one bar at a time. But can you get up on stage? Can you do the lyrics straight through, like with the right amount of volume, and still keep the crowd engaged? Like performing, it's a lot. It's not like the studio. It's a totally different animal.
Yeah. And this might be another topic for another day, but also just like mic control too. You know, that was a whole other thing where people just weren't holding the mic up, and
they're either holding it too far away or not close enough. One girl went up there and did her song with no mic. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They called her up there. She started rapping her song with no mic. The DJ had to come. He walked up to her and handed her a mic so she could rap. Like she was just like, I'm just gonna go up here and just look good and rap my, like, no.
I think she did look kind of good though.
I mean, she did look good, but still though, like that's like, can you not try less? I don't think that she was like a scheduled performer, but even then, like you gotta be ready. Like if somebody's playing my song, I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna rap.
Yeah,
do my
I'm not.
thing. I'm gonna know this. If they call me, is this your song playing? Yeah, it's my song.
Word, man.
Well,
any other thoughts on that? Rapping over vocals?
No, we just gotta get the word out about performance tracks, and then just when we perform.
Yeah, wherever y'all record at, wherever people record at, they gotta, get a version without the vocals, and it's even cool to have,
hook.
like the dubs or ad libs in the track, but the main vocals should definitely be left out so that you can be performing the main vocals over top of it.
Right.
Word, man.
Looks better that way. Sounds better that way. It makes you look better, more skilled,
more professional too.
Yeah, professional. Like you got to watch the. I mean, even like some big time performers, they'll rap over their own vocals. So I can't even be like, oh, go watch some big time famous rappers. And watch how they do it, because even them they'll rap over their vocals.
Yeah. I've definitely noticed that too. It's kind of weird. It's almost like once you get to a certain point, you can do whatever you want. But like to get to that point, you gotta, I feel like you gotta hustle a little bit more.
Especially now.
Word, man. So question number 2, topic number 2 for me. We're gonna iron all this out over the first few episodes, how we gonna flow this, but what music did you listen to growing up? I know you mentioned like heavy metal, Korn, and all that stuff in high school.
So I'll start first. All right. My dad, he had a big moving box that had hundreds of CDs in there. So this had been the early '90s, and I would have been, I don't know, a little kid, 5 or something, probably a little older. I don't know. But I would like dig through. I would dig through, and I would either like listen to albums if the cover looked cool to me, or my dad might pick something out. And so the first album that I probably really, oh yeah, and I would like hook it up. He had like this big '80s stereo, and I had big headphones like these, and I would listen to it and like read the lyrics. So I was probably more like 8, I would say. Mm-hmm. And Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill was my first favorite album.
Alanis Morissette is legit.
Yeah, that was my first, and then the Red Hot Chili Peppers, their Blood, Sex, Music, Magic, whatever that was called. And then I had a babysitter, so she would have been 16, and the hot pop group at the time was the Spice Girls.
Hey.
So I really got into the Spice Girls too.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
So I'll tell you what you want, what you really, really want. Man, that shit, I don't care.
That was a hit, bro.
That's just hard.
Yeah, the Spice Girls had a good run, man.
That's a classic. They had a real good run. And a movie and everything. But yeah, so I would just listen to like pop stuff, like Ace of Base, I remember. And then when it got to like the 2000s, actually no, I still listened to rock before that, because in one of the first rock band I ever got into was Nirvana. My dad showed me the one album, Nevermind. I remember he handed me the album. He's like, "This guy killed himself," and I was like, "All right." And then I listened to it, and it's like,
that's how he introduced you.
That's how I got introduced to Nirvana. and I'm still like 8. Yeah, the Nevermind album, their album In Utero is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. And then when you get to like the early 2000s, that was when like the new metal craze was going on. And that was when I started getting into that. And after that, it was just kind of just all over the place. That's when I really started just listening to whatever slowly over time. Just like dipping in other genres. Yeah, that's my listening journey. How about you?
Man. Yeah, I think everyone kind of does this, but kind of goes through phases of what music they're listening to and everything. I guess when I was the first music that I can kind of remember listening to, I want to say was probably like punk rock, you know.
I used to listen to punk too.
Like some Green Day,
Blink 182. They had Blink 182. They had some bops.
Yeah, I think that's when I was like younger. But I also listened a lot to like hip hop and R&B, probably like as I was getting into like 10 and older or so. Like I started listening to a lot of like R&B, like 90s R&B was
Usher.
where it's at, the slow jams, all that good stuff, like any like Boys the Men, All for One, like all that stuff I like used to go hard on.
Usher,
pause.
Big
But yeah, so and then I kind of got to a point where I was listening to kind of got back into like punk rock, listening to like Yellow Card, Story of the Year, stuff like that.
Sum 41,
like and then I had a weird point where I was listening to classic rock, so like Kansas. I don't know if you know the song like "Carry On Wayward Son," "Carry On My Wayward Son," yeah, all that.
Yeah.
And then and then from there, it was just kind of a mix at that point. You know, I was listening to a little bit of everything, but I definitely used to listen to like some Alanis Morissette, like you mentioned, LeAnn Rimes. I don't really listen to country like that, but like LeAnn Rimes,
I never got into country.
Was one of the few. I think she's country. Pretty sure she was a country artist.
Yeah.
But she's one of the few country artists that I listen to. And then through my teens, it was like all hip hop stuff: Luda, Eminem, Outkast. Shoot, man, it was like everything, you know.
Back.
But yeah. So definitely had a very wide range of music that I was listening to, you know.
And now that you mentioned classic rock, I was playing bass with a guy, I want to say last year, playing his music.
Mhm.
Maybe a couple years, I'm not really sure. But he was like, really, he was younger than me. He was like 10 years younger than me, but he was really into classic rock. So, and he wanted us to learn to play these classic rock songs. So I started listening to like Led Zeppelin, Leonard Skinner. Man, I can't remember the names. Pink Floyd,
Mm-hmm.
like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't listen to it now, but I mean, it's good music.
Yeah. Nah, I remember in high school I went to the Warp Tour in
Yeah.
Camden. It was the Tweeter Center at that point. But I remember we actually had band camp, and that was like one of the last days of band camp, and I remember telling the band director, you know, I told him like on the day before that I wasn't gonna be there, and he just gave me that look like are you serious? Like, are you messing with me right now? And he wasn't happy about it. But that was my first. Honestly, I think that the Warped Tour was like my first live concert, and that was the first time I saw Story of the Year, and trying to think who else was there. There was a couple other. I mean, there was a lot of punk rock bands, but a couple other ones that I knew of, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sorry, Dom Chick. But
We'll redact his name.
Cool, man. Any other thoughts on that? Music listening to?
Music festivals that's something. You been to Bonnaroo?
Nope.
That's a different.
Literally, I've been to Warped Tour, and that was it. I ain't never been to Firefly. Everybody hypes up Firefly. I've never been there.
That's a different topic. Most of Bonnaroo isn't about the music.
Yeah.
Most of the experience isn't about the music. That's another topic, though.
I feel like I've seen like sketch videos where like people go out and interview. I don't know if it's Bonnaroo or not, but they'll go to music festivals and they make up band names and artist names, and they ask people like, "Oh, are you excited to see this person?"
I've
They're like,
seen
"Oh,
that.
Yeah, I just got their album," and
Yeah.
they're like totally making it up.
Yeah, I've seen those videos.
It's terrible. We're terrible human beings.
Gotta be cool.
Yeah. All right, what you got?
What's my next one? Finding your artist identity.
Oof. You gotta talk me through this one.
Well, I mean, you got your stage name, and I don't know. Do you have like? Would you consider your persona to be like an alter ego, or a character, or is it just you,
Shoot, it's just me.
or a little bit of both?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's mostly just, you know, me, who I am. I try to be like stay on the positive type vibes. Every now and then, you know, have a little fun, talk a little bit of ish, you know, but
Right.
but yeah, I try to keep it authentic to who I am, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, as far as like my name, J.K.Forreal. So I was originally just going by J.K., but there's a lot of people. Well, if you search J.K. on like Spotify and YouTube and all that. Everybody, there's a lot of people with that
Right.
using those initials. So, and I know we talked about spending a lot of time trying to figure out a name.
It's hard
And
finding that artist name.
yeah, like my tag is but for real though, so it kind of only made sense to do J.K.Forreal, and kind of a play on words a little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, for me, my artist identity, it's a work in progress.
It evolves constantly.
Yeah, it's always gonna evolve and stuff. What do you I know it's funny because me and you, I feel like, have very different styles and approaches in general to writing and how we rap and our flows and everything. So I just think it's interesting,
It is, but it still works though. It works together. So
yeah, for sure. I just stuttered like a man. It's interesting.
it's
all good. All right.
interesting.
So yeah, but what would you say? Because I know you talk a lot. It's kind of like your I'm drawing a blank on the word, but yeah, tell me about your identity, artist identity.
Like being, as far as being satirical.
Yeah, satirical and like kind of like what your thought process is and everything.
Well, I just say that I was a big South Park fan, and so I was really into like satirical shows like that, Family Guy, whatever, that kind of stuff. And then when I go to write a verse, I'll just make a story in my head real quick, and I just start with bar one and then just work my way down. And then I say stuff that's like really like stuff that I would never normally say, and I'll just say stuff that's like really just over the top for me.
Yeah.
As a way to like make myself laugh. And if I make myself laugh, then I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna record it. But it's like underneath I'm saying some real shit, but it's just like, but I want to make it like entertaining and accessible at the same time. Like I don't want to be like too serious about it or take myself too seriously.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Sucio was like someone that I picture for me. I don't know. I guess I kind of like
it's like an alter ego almost,
yeah,
right?
It's like an alter ego.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
that's the word I was looking for earlier, and I couldn't think of it. Alter ego, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel more detached from my persona. But then again, maybe Sucio's the real me, and then it's just gonna take over
one day.
It's gonna take over one day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe you just waking up.
It's all artist identity is constantly evolving. I don't know. I might just I might just become more and more of an asshole over time.
Oh man. Hope not, bro. You're a good dude, so we don't want you turning into no asshole.
Thanks. Yeah, I want to make people think and laugh, and then I also want to have like clever bars too. I don't know. It's like I like to challenge myself.
Yeah.
I think of myself as like a storyteller, and I like to just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Say things in creative ways.
We're about to kind of get into that more, but yeah, definitely I'm not as strong at writing as you are, so I'm like still trying to figure out my
I think you just have your own style.
Yeah, my own writing process and everything. Which let's if you're cool, we can shift into that. You want to shift into that to my topic 3, songwriting process?
Yeah,
let's do that. So what's your process in writing in general, whether it's a verse, a whole song, just what you think?
If I'm writing a song that's just by myself, I always start off with a hook. So sometimes a hook will just come to me, and then I'll go on BeatStars or something, and then like just listen. Like I'll kind of hear a beat in my head, and then see like I'll type in BeatStars beats that sound like this or whatever, and I'll just do the hook. over a beat, and if it doesn't sound right, I'll just keep clicking. I'll just click down. Sometimes I'll go through like 300 beats before I find one that fits.
Isn't it crazy that we can do that now, bro?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Used to have to only be able to go to like the producer,
Yeah.
like Large Professor. Everyone just had to go to the Large Professor, or else you were nothing. But now,
Right.
now artists, they can just do like the power really is in the artist hand now.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
So you do the hook first, basically, and then you go down to. You have an idea for the hook. You go through BeatStars, and you just click until you essentially find one that is around what you're hearing.
Yeah, and then I'll just write a topic around the hook. And I feel like, I don't know, because the songs I've done by myself, not all of them are stories. So I can't really say that all I do is write stories, 'cause not all of them are. But like, at least with our project, it's been a lot of like just writing stories. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like it fits naturally, because I'll come up with like an overall topic for a song, or you'll say I got a hook, and then I was like, all right, well, let me write something about that. Like, you came up with a topic yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna write a story about it, but just from like an unexpected perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just depends. Whatever I'm feeling at the time.
Yeah. Right.
I don't really have like, oh, everything I write is either going to be 8 bars or 12 or 16. It's just however long it takes for me to say what I want to say.
Right. Right.
That's how long the verse is.
And do you normally just sit down and like when you're writing a verse, do you just like sit down and write it all like in one sitting, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
That's where I suck at.
nah. I mean, it just takes people time or whatever.
Yeah.
That's only the one thing. Lil Wayne said that he takes 7 to 8 weeks to write 2 bars.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's just it just depends. And after that, try to rap it over the beat, and then I just change the flow, however, and then I just adjust the flow, cut off syllables here, add syllables there, to have it have like a melody, because that's most important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my process.
Word. Yeah, I feel like definitely starting with, I guess it just depends. If I'm like producing the track from scratch, like if I'm making the beat and everything too, which most of the time I will. Like if I have an idea in my head, I'll, like, let's say I come up with an idea for a hook or whatever, I'll kind of have an idea of the tempo, the time signature, whatever that is. And then I'll just put it in. I'll start working on a beat, usually starting with the drums and everything. And then if it's a melodic hook, I have to figure out what key it's in and everything. If I'm going to be the one singing it, I have to make sure it's like in a key that I can actually sing it in without having to screech or anything. But thank God for auto-tune,
Many hats.
But so that's if I'm doing that. If there's already a beat or whatever, I definitely always, when it comes to the lyrics and stuff, I always try to start off with the hook, unless I just have lyrics that pop into my head and I can use that to start to develop an idea. But most of the time, I'll try to figure out what the hook's gonna be, and if it's melodic or whatever, I try to figure out like the perfect melody for what's happening in the instrumental and everything. Something that's going to be catchy, memorable, repetitive, and everything.
It's all about the hook.
Yeah, like it's got to hook people. You know,
gotta catch them. Gotta catch them quick now, because all anybody's gotta do is just listen for 2 seconds, fast forward. That's it. You're gone.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got to be. From the jump, it's got to grab their attention and everything, and the hook's got to be good. And when I'm thinking of the people who are going to be listening to it, I'm thinking, I want them to be able, like, I picture like people at parties and at concerts, like just like jamming to it, chilling to it, vibing to it, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to keep that in mind, try to put myself in their shoes, and and see if that's something that'll work. But you know, if it's melodic, I'll even write the melody before I'll write the lyrics, you know, and try to get the melody right, and then I'll write the lyrics around the melody. And you know, you can modify the melody a little bit if you need to, for like syllable count or anything, or for the words or whatever. But you know, definitely like I said, it's gotta be catchy. It's gotta be a good hook.
Right.
And then from there, as you've experienced, sometimes like there's times where I can write like a verse in like 15 or 20 minutes. That's very rare. Most of the time it's like it takes me a really long time. Like it'll take me multiple like sessions to like kind of sit down. I have to be like super in the zone when I'm writing in order to like get some ideas down, you know. And most of the time I'm like so picky with lyrics and stuff that most of the time when I write stuff, I'm like, I'm probably not even going to use that because that was stupid, you know. But just being like super critical, you know, most of the time I'm just overthinking it. But just want it, you know, for me, I just want it to be perfect, you know. I want it to be what I hear and what I want people to take from it, you know.
It takes how long it takes.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so sometimes I'll write like a couple bars. You knock out a whole verse in like 10 minutes. By the time, if I start a beat, I know you're done a verse in like 15 minutes, ready to record. And I'm like, damn, I got like I have like 2 words that rhyme that I want to try to write lines to.
Well, I did it while you were still building the beat, though. Like you're doing 2 things.
Yeah, that's true. But even sometimes once I got like the vibe down and everything, and just trying to like come up with some stuff. But that's another thing too that I think is interesting about how you write, because you talk about how you kind of just try to tell a story. So you write sequentially, like you write whatever the first line is, and then you tell a story. You continue a story through your verse. For me, I'm like all over the place. Like I'll write 2 lines that sound good that I think, you know, fit the song, the vibe of the song, and then I'll like, you know, maybe write a few other lines, and then they're all out of order. They're like nothing's in order. It's just like a shit show basically. I don't know if we're gonna get flagged for curse, whatever. But they do that on YouTube. I don't know. But yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah. So when I'm writing, it's like sometimes it's just like I just have lyrics all over the place and words and like just like half lines. Like I know I want my line to finish this way. And then I just like at some point I'll figure out how it starts or whatever, or how to connect it to the previous line, you know.
Then you just piece it together.
Yeah, exactly. And
you write more abstractly, and then I write linearly.
Yeah,
I think that's the word.
Yeah, I'm definitely like all kind of out of order, but I figure out a way to piece it together in a way that makes sense, and you know, it doesn't necessarily tell a story, but it, you know, it fits the concept and everything.
Tells a theme,
gives the message, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that always is kind of interesting to me how you just write like straight down bar by bar, and I'm just like 2 bars. Okay, here's another 2 bars that kind of work. Doesn't fit with that, but it'll work at some point. You know, you know what? Never mind. I don't even want to use that anymore. Let me
somewhere.
But it's all part of the process, though, and it's all about the final, you know, the final piece of work. You know, yeah. As long as that's right and I feel good about it, that's what's important to me. And then people are gonna receive it how they receive it. You know, we can't really control that.
Yeah.
We can only control the work that we do, and yeah, that's what it is, man. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun right with you though. You always motivate me because I'm like, damn, this dude wrote like 3 verses already. I got like 2 lines. I need to do something.
Same.
But then I'll randomly be at home chilling, and then I'll just like think of a line, and then I'll type like a whole verse.
That's how it goes.
Out of nowhere.
So sometimes she'll come to me in my sleep, and I gotta wake up and write it down, or else I forget it. You just never know. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes I'll like sit down to write. I don't know.
Facts, man. The last 2 songs that we just recorded, the one I was driving home at like 4 a.m. I was leaving the studio going home like 4 a.m. and it just popped into my head, and I think I did a voice memo because I never text and drive. I swear. And then the other one, the one we did yesterday, was it yesterday?
Probably.
Was the day before? Something
I think it
like
was
that.
yesterday.
The last one we did was that's the one I woke up at like 7:30 in the morning, which I never wake up early because I go to sleep really late.
Yeah.
But I woke up early and had the idea in my head, so I like typed it up real quick and sent it over to you. And was
You
like,
texted
yo,
me at like 8 in the morning. I was like, oh wait, he's serious right now.
yeah.
He's like, what are you doing this morning? Like, can you get here in an hour? I was like, damn. Really...
But I thought it was dope that you were willing to kind of move your plans around a little bit so we could get that shit done. You know?
Yeah.
That was really dope. Cause,
of course. It sucks when you got a dope idea and then
you got to strike while the iron is hot.
You got to strike while the iron's hot. You either can't record it, you forget it. Get it down while you can. Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, for sure. Word, bro, and I think we got one more topic for this episode, this first episode.
Oh, for real? Oh, we're talking about AI. Not Allen Iverson.
Afraid, yo.
Not like, Allen Iverson. We're talking about artificial intelligence.
Here.
Artificial intelligence. Well, let's just stick to the music.
Yeah.
I got an email and I sent it to you that what they're doing now is called, I don't know what it's called, but basically you ever seen the ads where it's like pay this amount and we'll boost your listens by 4 times in a day or whatever.
It is,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's basically these bots that are like chalking up listens, and these streaming platforms are now catching this, and they're like, you can get in trouble now for using that kind of stuff. So basically, it just blows up your streams, but they're all bots. They're not real listeners.
Yeah.
So it just inflates it. I'm sure it's been used in other areas. And then there's another song on YouTube I heard. It was Drake and someone else, but it was artificial intelligence. So I would have never known unless someone said, "No, this is AI." It sounds like a dope Drake song.
Yeah, that's what's scary to me, man. That's just crazy.
I mean, but if you're like Drake level, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
But if you're like not Drake level, like that shit can really fuck you up your career.
Yeah, I'm just like afraid of AI in general.
So now they're gonna have. Yeah, me too. I grew up watching Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Skynet's gonna take over. Everything in Twilight Zone and Black Mirror is gonna come true. It already is.
Yeah, it's already coming true. Most of it.
People getting real excited about AI until they're going too far.
Yeah, I think when you said that to me, I was telling you about the. I don't remember. I don't know who posted it or what channel it is, but a buddy of mine showed me these tracks where it was newer Michael Jackson songs, but it was the young Michael Jackson singing it.
The kid.
And
version.
I was like, I had like chill. I was like, this is scary because AI is no joke.
And then people are making money off of you.
But it's also interesting too, how, as I guess just talking technology, you know, as technology changes, there's all these new like rules and laws that have to be made based on the technology, you know. Now
there's going to be AI laws written into
like when you sent me the thing about the AI bots and stuff doing the streaming, like that reminded me of like when people were making like the CDs and stuff in New York and everything and getting arrested and stuff.
The mixtape era.
Yeah, like all that stuff. It's just like as the time changes, technology evolves, like the laws and stuff have to change too, and
Constantly changing.
and it's crazy, like stuff that wasn't a problem before becomes a problem because of the fact that the laws and stuff change. But a part of that too was it was talking about they streaming farms or something like that, where people set up like thousands of phones and like different I guess they're mostly phones or what, I don't know. I haven't really looked too much into it, but they basically just like have a whole whole system of a bunch of phones and stuff that play specific tracks and stuff. I guess that's the same kind of thing.
The bots.
Maybe the bots are like connected to. I don't know, man. We gotta look into that.
Don't do it, because if they catch you, they can withhold your royalties. Because really, they're not royalties that you deserve, so they're not gonna pay you.
Yeah, but that's a whole other topic too that we could probably talk about at some point in the future, where it's people talking about like how much they're getting paid and stuff from streaming and all that.
You need to talk to somebody who knows a lot about the business side.
Yeah,
because every artist wants to, like, of course you want to have fun and stuff, but if you want to make it your career, then you really got to know the business side.
Yeah,
because
or you just gotta hire someone who does know the business and is gonna, someone you trust that is gonna take care of the business side while you just be an artist, And I
don't
honestly,
do that, because then if that person leaves you somehow, then and you don't know the business side, well then, no, just learn that yourself.
Yeah, that's true, but
just have that knowledge.
I also feel like we live in days now where everybody tries to do everything, and I feel like, to me, a lot of people kind of like hinder their growth and everything because of that. Like I do way too much. Huh?
You mean trying to do too much?
Yeah, just try to do too much. Like try to do the business, try to do the marketing, try to do booking, try to do all, and it's like I know times are different now. It just is what it is, But it's like the artist is no longer like just the artist. It's like the artist is doing everything or trying to do everything.
Like the artist has a lot more control, but that control comes with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Like the big record labels taking care of you or not taking care of you, depending on how much you read the fine print. Like the record labels, they're going away, or at least they're not nearly as important. Like you don't have to catch a big break. You can become world famous YouTube star sitting in your room.
Yeah.
You don't even got to go anywhere. You don't got to pick up and move to Los Angeles and follow the American dream or any of that anymore. You don't got to look a certain way. Like the big few gatekeepers are not important anymore. Like people just decide who they like.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, it's more challenging because everybody is putting music out and everybody's trying to hustle and do that, So it's
I think last time I checked, on Spotify alone, 500,000 new songs are released every day.
Oh my god!
So every time you drop a song, you're competing with 500,000 artists just that day alone.
That's terrible.
I mean
that's dope. That's dope. I should say terrible. That's dope. That there's that much creativity happening and stuff. But
think about it. You can live you don't have to be a huge superstar to live off of music.
Yeah.
You can make a government salary, off of like say if you have 1,000 fans, and those 1,000 fans spend, I don't know, $50 on you.
$50 a year.
$50 a year.
It's like the rule of 1,000. Isn't it something like that? The rule of 1,000 or something like that?
There's something I can't remember exactly what it is. Something like that.
Yeah.
But if that each of those fans spend $50 on you, then that's 50,000.
Yeah.
You can quit your Starbucks job.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean,
that's a nice little salary for sure. Yeah. 100%.
Just for that. But they got to be like 1,000 super fans, not like casual listeners. They got to be like ride or die people. So that's the challenge. It's not just having someone listening to you thinking, oh, that's dope, but it sounds like everyone else. Like that goes with the artist identity too.
Yeah.
Emotional reaction is what an artist wants. Whatever your lane is, people love it or hate it. If they have an emotional reaction to it, then that's good. What you don't want is for them to think that's all right,
right,
and keep moving. Then you're forgotten about. It's like they say there's no such thing as bad publicity, and it's true to some degree.
Yeah.
A hater is just what? A jealous fan? A hater will get you some more fans.
Word, man. I think we did a decent job, man, for our first time. Got some ideas out there. Got some topics flowing and everything.
Season 1, episode 1.
Yeah. Hopefully, if you guys are tuning in, hopefully you picked up on some stuff, or maybe you agree, maybe you disagree. Definitely feel free to, put some comments or whatever, or reach out. We'd love to hear some thoughts of you guys. See what you guys got to say. If you have any ideas for like topics or whatever that we should cover, feel free to post it or send it, and we'll do what we can to throw it in. We're going to try to do these things weekly. I think the plan right now is to send them out on Wednesday. So, whenever you're watching it, keep an eye out for the next Wednesday for the next episode. And we'll be having guests and everything in the future. So, definitely stay tuned and everything. And, yeah, man, we appreciate y'all. You got any closing remarks?
No, I think this was a great first podcast, first episode, first season.
Yep.
I think we got a lot of stuff out there for people to chew on, mull over. And I'm just ready to keep this going.
We're gonna keep it locked in.
Thank you for listening and watching, whatever you're doing. And if you're an artist, just keep going.
Yes,
if you're a human being, just keep going. Whoever you are.
Keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep making it happen. Keep fighting a good fight. All right, so this is Rap Diaries, episode 1 of season 1. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Peace.
Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap Diaries. Rap